What is up, YouTube? SK Isma here again for a second time this week. And man, it must be Christmas because we're getting an influx of news from a certain MMORPG. That's right, I'm talking about Bless Online. This time they've done an interview with MMORPG.com, which is hosted by Susie Ford. Link will be in the description. That being said, let's get on with the info. First off, the interviewer is asking all the questions that we, the gamers, want to know. Like, why did the company decide that buy-to-play model over all other types would be best for Bless? Now, for the first response, they gave a good point that buy-to-play would create a pleasant gaming environment by preventing bots from flooding the server. And I mean, yeah, I don't play my games to, be overrun by bots at all points in time and go back to town and be lagged out because of bots. So, I mean, that's a really good point. And I think a lot of other players would like the fact that it's going to prevent bots from, running over the game. But then the second part of this response has me kind of worried because they're like, free to play would take away from the temptation of them of going pay to win. Why is that a temptation for you to want to kill your own game? Like, you do understand, pay to win might generate bursts of income, but over a long time, games that are pay to win usually die off quick. Usually die off. I can't say quickly. I wanted to say quickly, but I can't really say quickly. But even after a while, the competitive factor loses its edge. Because if this game has world bosses that aren't instanced, and there isn't any way to get the same gear that the world bosses produce, close to any matching, it's gonna lead up to the point where people that are pay to win are gonna be able to get all the world boss gear, and if the drop system is made to where the highest amount of DPS gets to drop all the time, then these people that are pay to win are always gonna have the drops because they're going to be able to do the most DPS. They're going to always be there. And the people that are, less off, they won't be able to make that. They won't be able to make up that difference. I personally think that pay to win kills the longevity of a game, and it kills the fun of the game for a lot of newcoming players because they see the game as an escape. And when it comes into the fact that it's just another monetary function that you're gonna have to keep throwing money at just to stay above someone else, then it's what's the point? After a certain amount of time, you're just there's no reason for me to do this. Let me just move on to something else. So she goes on to ask about the microtransactions and item shops. Will they be introduced in the game? And their reply is, Bless Online will have a cash shop, but it'll be there for cosmetic equipment, skins, mounts, pets, consumables, boosts, and more. This game will be loot box free. Hip hip and hooray. This game will be loot box free. That is great news. Now, when it comes to the boosts, I'm actually kind of worried about that because there are some games that are oh yeah, we'll give you guys this type of boost that boosts, EXP or boost skill EXP or boost your pet EXP, your mount EXP. But then there are those games that are of course pay to winish that give you boost for your attack or boost for your defense or boost for more HP and boost for your stats, pretty much things like that kind of give you an edge over other players, which turn the game to be more pay to win. I'm hoping they stay away from that side of it and just stick to EXP boosts and skill EXP boosts and mount EXP boosts and those things. But we'll have to wait and see where it comes from. And then we get into the thing I was wondering about on the other video, the Emissary program. The Emissary program is a community initiative for partnering passionate fans with Bless Online to help spread enthusiasm and awareness. So they're pretty much saying we're gonna take people under our wing when it comes to them making content for our game, and we're gonna help them out with their content. We're gonna help them, get the best of what they need for our content so they can help bring their channel up and help make us look better. Along with, apparently there's another side of that where some members of the program will function as community moderators, and they'll pretty much just talk to the players and find out what the players want and still give information to the players about things that are coming up in the game or information that the players need to know that they don't know off the top of their head or things they can't readily find out, just from looking at a wiki or whatever, which I think that's pretty cool as well. I mean, I personally would like to be, part of the content creator side of that, but I actually looked at their application, and I don't even reach the minimum requirement for for being a content creator with them on the Emissary program. So, and I'll still put in an application just in case, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed. And then there's the question of what new features will players be able to find in the game? What improvements over existing features will debut at the early access? And they're going on saying like things like localization, full voiceover for English, which we expected because, you know, it's coming to the West, and a new combat system that will debut for the first time during early access, which I am hyped for because I have not seen anything about this combat system. This is a whole new combat system apparently that's different from the one that they have in Japan and Korea now, which was redone from the original combat system of the game. So this is a whole new thing than what we've already seen, and I'm hoping that it's just really great. I hope that it matches the game. I hope that the PvP is smooth and it flows. The PvE content as well would be smooth and flows, and we're not seeing hiccups and weird body drag motion and stuff like that. I'm really hoping that this works out. Now here's one of the biggest things that people have actually been wondering is that will there be separate PvE and PvP servers, or is this a PvP all the time game? And the team actually surprised me when they said that there will not be separate servers. And they understand that many people do not want to take part in PvP until it's on their own terms. Which, of course, you know, everybody wants to level up and then get into, you know, get their gear and get everything set up so they can PvP. But the fact that there is no separation between PvP and PvE servers, that's going to be a big game changer. But they go on to say that there will be an item that you can buy in game before you cap, like before level cap, that'll work all the way up to level cap, and that has no cooldown. But once you level cap, like once you hit the max level cap, the item is only going to be available in the cash shop, and this item makes it so that if you don't want a PvP, you just pop this pill or whatever, and bam, you're immune to PvP. Which, I mean, I guess that's cool. Like, I don't really have a problem with that. People don't want PvP, pop a pill, you don't want a PvP. Now, the problem that I'm seeing already, that in the comments I was reading earlier on MMORPG, is that people were saying, like, well, we're going to have to pay money just so we don't have to PvP. Like, why would I have to do this? Why don't I just go play another game? And they went on to say that, you know, that there's going to be a way to earn the cash shop currency via in-game activities as well. Which is something like Black Desert does. Like, you log in every day, you get 100 loyalty points, and the loyalty points can go towards buying cash shop-like items that you could buy in the cash shop, but for loyalty points. They might cost more loyalty points than they would their cash shop currency counterpart, but they're still the same item. They're not nerfed or anything. Now, I feel like that's a fair way to go about it. It's, at least if it's a login system way, then yeah, it's a fair way to go about it. But if it's like, oh, you have to do like, you know, kill 1,000 goblins a day just to get this, like, the same currency, then maybe no. But I mean, if you want to kill 1,000 goblins a day, I mean, that's up to you. I'm not into goblin genocide. You might be, but, you know, to each their own. They also don't plan to release a detailed roadmap because they want to keep all the players surprised of the new plans as soon as they're ready to talk about it, which means we're probably going to find out everything as soon as it's about to come out, which I'm okay with. I like surprises, so it's all cool with me. And then this next section just goes on to talk about what are the biggest post EA early access launch plans that they have waiting. And apparently we're not getting the Mystic or the Assassin classes in the early access. It's kind of sad because I want to try out the Mystic and the Assassin. There's going to be a Final Combat rework, which means we're probably not even getting the Final Combat system the way it is. Or they're probably just going to use us to test it. The new Battlefield. I'm saying us because I plan on being in the early access. I plan on buying the game for early access. There's going to be a new Battlefield, housing, and a guild system rework. So I guess whatever guild system's in there, they're going to go ahead and overhaul it to make it be more. And in addition to a new area where you can travel with wyverns and flying mounts, that will be introduced, as well as beyond max level content. I mean, that sounds pretty cool and all, you know. And then there's just a section where they're talking in circles about stuff, I guess, that happened in their developing section that they had to deal with. And it concludes with them saying, you know, that they're happy that they're finally going to be able to bring this out, and they're finally seeing that their project is being complete with the least amount of bugs, and seeing that the content that they decided on is going to come together, and it's what made their team actually be able to push through this. So this video lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. I wanted it to be like a 4-minute video at first, but I ended up getting too excited about the certain topics that were brought up in the video and on the post, and the comments are still going off, and I want to make a whole nother video just for like talking about stuff that's in the comments, because people are having a lot of fears and a lot of issues with the way that they're saying the PvP and PvE systems are going to work, and how the cash shop system is going to work. And I'm just like, we might have nothing to fear at all, because they seem like they want to do what's best for the players at this point, and not a lot of companies want to do that. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But my speculation is that they're going to take a step to it that is going to be better for the players early on and later on in the game. And with that, I bid you adieu. Thank you for watching. And I guess leave any comments that you have, concerns that you have in the comments below. And I'll be back to check on them as soon as I get a chance. And hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I'm actually going to start coming up with goals for subscriptions, and hopefully start doing, like, you know, a little reward for meeting certain subscription goals later on. This is SK Usuma with an 11-minute video. Wow. Signing out. Peace.